Hello, and welcome to Yuletide Treasures. Today we're exploring one of the most iconic figures of the holiday season, Santa Claus. But where did this jolly figure come from? What is the story behind the legend? Santa Claus represents the magic and wonder of Christmas. He embodies the spirit of giving. His story is one of generosity and kindness. Join us as we delve into the history of Santa Claus. We'll trace his journey from humble beginnings to global icon. Get ready to discover the magic behind the legend. The story of Santa Claus is a long and winding one. It stretches back centuries and spans continents. It begins with a real person named Nicholas, born in the 3rd century AD in Patara, now Turkey. Even as a young boy, Nicholas was known for his kind heart and compassion. He dedicated his life to helping those in need, using his inheritance to aid the poor. Nicholas became known as a protector of children. His legacy would continue long after his death. Born around the year 280 AD, Nicholas entered a world of both immense wealth and heartbreaking poverty. Orphaned at a young age, he inherited his family's fortune, but chose to use it to help the less fortunate. He was known for his quiet generosity, often leaving anonymous gifts for those in need. One story tells of a poor family with 3 daughters who faced a grim future without a dowry. Nicholas, moved by compassion, secretly tossed 3 bags of gold through their window, providing the dowry and saving them from hardship. This act of selfless generosity became legendary. It cemented Nicholas's reputation as a protector of the innocent. His legacy of kindness and generosity continued to grow. He became a symbol of hope and compassion. Nicholas's good deeds were not confined to anonymous gift giving. He was a vocal advocate for the poor and oppressed, challenging injustice wherever he found it. Legend has it that Nicholas even stood up to corrupt officials. One story tells of 3 innocent soldiers falsely accused and sentenced to death. Nicholas bravely confronted the executioner and demanded their release. The executioner, taken aback by Nicholas's conviction, relented. The 3 men were freed due to his bravery. Nicholas's reputation as a compassionate and courageous leader spread. He was eventually appointed Bishop of Myra, continuing his work helping the poor and advocating for justice. Nicholas died on the 6th of December, a date that would later become intertwined with his legacy. His life, marked by extraordinary generosity, left an indelible mark on the people of Myra. He was quickly elevated to sainthood, becoming known as Saint Nicholas. His tomb became a site of pilgrimage, with miracles attributed to his intervention. The stories of his kindness and compassion continued to spread. The legend of Saint Nicholas transcended geographical boundaries. His story began to spread across Europe, sowing the seeds of a tradition that would blossom into the global celebration of Santa Claus. As Christianity spread throughout Europe, the stories of Saint Nicholas spread with it. The tradition of gift-giving in his name on December 6th took root across the continent. Merchants and sailors carried tales of St. Nicholas to distant ports, adding a rich tapestry of folklore to the core narrative. In the Netherlands, St. Nicholas became known as Sinterklaas. The Dutch added their own distinctive flair, blending seafaring traditions into the celebration. Sinterklaas was a traveler who braved the high seas each year to bring joy to good children. This unique transformation of St. Nicholas laid the groundwork for the modern Santa Claus. The arrival of Sinterklaas is eagerly anticipated by Dutch children. On a crisp December morning, a magnificent ship would appear on the horizon. This was the ship of Sinterklaas, sailing from Spain, laden with treasures and treats. Sinterklaas, clad in a red bishop's robe, would mount a white horse named Amerigo. He paraded through the streets, followed by Zwart Pieten, Black Peters, who tossed sweets to the cheering crowds. The arrival of Sinterklaas marked the start of joyous anticipation. Children left their shoes by the fireplace, hoping for small gifts and treats. This tradition of Sinterklaas would eventually influence the modern Santa Claus. The Dutch tradition of Sinterklaas left an indelible mark on the Christmas season. Dutch settlers brought Sinterklaas to the New World in the 17th century. In colonial America, Sinterklaas gradually transformed into Santa Claus. His bishop's attire evolved into the iconic red suit. The core elements of the Sinterklaas tradition remained embedded in the American Christmas celebration. The Dutch influence on Santa Claus shows the enduring power of cultural exchange. Stories and traditions evolve, taking on new forms while retaining their core elements. As the 19th century unfolded, the legend of Santa Claus in America was ripe for reinvention. The Dutch Sinterklaas had yet to capture the full imagination of the young nation. That spark came in the form of a poem by Clement Clarke Moore in 1823. Moore's poem, A Visit from St. Nicholas, introduced elements central to the modern Santa Claus mythos. Moore's Santa was a jolly, even mischievous figure, chubby and plump with a twinkle in his eye. He had a sleigh pulled by 8 tiny reindeer, each with a unique name. This Santa embodied the joy and merriment of Christmas. Moore's poem captured the magic and wonder of the holiday season. Moore's poem was an instant success, spreading like wildfire across the country. The verses, with their simple rhymes and vivid imagery, captured the imaginations of children and adults alike. The Night Before Christmas painted a picture of Christmas Eve that was both familiar and magical. Moore's depiction of Santa Claus himself truly captured the hearts of the nation. This Santa embodied the spirit of giving, a jolly benefactor who delighted in bringing happiness to children. He had a hearty laugh and a twinkle in his eye, filling homes with joy and wonder. Moore's Santa became a warm, relatable character who felt like a welcome guest in every home. While Moore's poem provided the literary foundation for Santa Claus, Thomas Nast gave him his visual identity. Nast, a political cartoonist, depicted Santa Claus in a series of illustrations for Harper's Weekly. Nast's Santa was plump and jolly, with a bushy white beard and rosy cheeks, and a fur-trimmed red suit and a black belt with a large buckle. Nast's illustrations established many visual tropes we now associate with Santa Claus. He depicted Santa's workshop at the North Pole and Santa keeping a list of who was naughty and nice. These images became imprinted on the American consciousness. Nast's vision shaped the way generations of children would envision Santa Claus. As the 20th century dawned, Santa Claus had secured his place in American culture. Moore's poem and Nast's illustrations cemented his image as a jolly gift giver. Santa was poised to become a global icon, shaped by mass media and advertising. Companies recognized Santa's marketing potential, with Coca-Cola leading the way. Coca-Cola's Christmas advertising campaign in the 1920s featured Santa Claus enjoying a bottle of Coke. These early ads lacked a cohesive vision of Santa Claus. What Coca-Cola needed was a definitive Santa, an image that embodied the brand's values. This next stage in Santa's evolution would be shaped by the rise of mass media. In 1931, Coca-Cola commissioned Haddon Sundblom to create Santa Claus images for their Christmas campaign. Sundblom's Santa was warm, friendly, and exuded good cheer. He gave Santa rosy cheeks, a twinkling eye, and a broad smile. Sundblom dressed Santa in a bright red suit, trimmed with white fur. This Santa was larger than life, a jolly giant with childlike wonder. Sundblom's Santa Claus enjoyed a bottle of Coke, associating the beverage with holiday happiness. His illustrations define the image of Santa Claus for generations to come. Sundblom's illustrations of Santa Claus for Coca-Cola were an instant success. They appeared in magazines, newspapers, and on billboards across the United States. Children and adults alike responded to the warmth and humanity of Sundblom's Santa. Coca-Cola continued to feature his Santa Claus illustrations for the next 3 decades. The reach of these advertisements ensured that Sundblom's vision of Santa Claus would reach every corner of the world. His Santa Claus became the template for countless other depictions in film, television, and advertising. He became a universal symbol of holiday cheer, transcending cultural boundaries. While the modern image of Santa Claus with his red suit, white beard, and jolly demeanor is largely an American creation, the spirit of gift-giving during the holiday season is a truly global phenomenon. Across cultures, a diverse array of figures embody the spirit of generosity and bring joy to children. These regional variations blend ancient folklore with Christian traditions, creating unique expressions of holiday cheer. In the United Kingdom, Santa Claus is often referred to as Father Christmas. This figure, with roots in pre-Christian winter solstice celebrations, is depicted as a taller, more stately figure. In Italy, La Befana, a kind-hearted witch, takes center stage during the holiday season. In the vast expanse of Russia, where winter's grip is long and fierce, it is Ded Moroz, or Grandfather Frost, who brings gifts to good children. Ded Moroz, a figure deeply rooted in Slavic mythology, predates the arrival of Christianity in Russia. He is often depicted as a tall, imposing figure with a long white beard and a flowing blue or red coat. Unlike Santa Claus, who relies on a team of reindeer, Ded Moroz travels in a troika, a traditional Russian sleigh drawn by 3 horses. Accompanying him on his journey is his granddaughter Snegorochka, or Snow Maiden, a beautiful young woman dressed in white and blue, who helps him distribute gifts. Ded Moroz doesn't limit his gift-giving to Christmas Eve. Instead, he arrives on New Year's Eve, bringing presents to children who have been good throughout the year. He typically leaves gifts under a decorated fir tree, known as a Novogodnaya Yolka, which takes center stage in Russian homes during the holiday season. The enduring popularity of Ded Moroz in Russia and other Eastern European countries speaks to the power of cultural traditions. Despite the global reach of the American Santa Claus, Ded Moroz remains a beloved figure, representing the magic of winter, the importance of family, and the spirit of generosity. Venturing into the Scandinavian countries, we encounter a host of fascinating figures associated with the Christmas season. In Norway, Sweden, and Finland, the julenis, or Christmas gnome, is a beloved character in holiday folklore. These mischievous yet good-natured creatures are often depicted as small bearded men with red caps and woolen clothes. Julenis are said to live in barns and attics, acting as guardians of the home and farm animals. According to tradition, they bring gifts to well-behaved children on Christmas Eve, but they expect a small gift in return, typically a bowl of porridge left out on the doorstep. In Denmark, a similar figure, known as the julemanden, or Christmas man, is responsible for delivering gifts to children. He is often assisted by mischievous elf-like creatures called nisser, who play pranks and help prepare for the festivities. Children leave out rice pudding or milk porridge for the julemanden and his helpers, hoping to find gifts under the tree on Christmas morning. The Scandinavian Christmas traditions, with their blend of folklore, nature, and gift-giving, offer a unique perspective on the holiday season. They remind us that the magic of Christmas can be found in unexpected places. From the snowy landscapes of the Arctic Circle to the cozy warmth of a fire-lit home. From the sun-drenched shores of ancient Turkey to the snow-covered landscapes of the modern world, the story of Santa Claus is a testament to the power of belief and generosity. What began as the life of St. Nicholas has evolved into a global phenomenon, uniting people in a shared celebration of joy and giving. Santa Claus, in his many forms, reminds us that the spirit of Christmas transcends borders. Whether he arrives by sleigh, ship, or troika, his message remains the same: hope, kindness, and spreading cheer. The enduring appeal of Santa Claus lies in the values he represents. He embodies selfless giving and the joy of bringing happiness to others. In a world often divided, Santa Claus serves as a unifying symbol, reminding us of our shared humanity and goodwill. So, as you gather with loved ones this holiday season, remember the remarkable journey of Santa Claus. And may the spirit of Santa Claus fill your heart and home throughout the year. And remember to spread a little Christmas cheer every day.